Hey guys, welcome back to Smart Wallet and Me, where financial wisdom matters. Today I'm going to be talking about the real estate market. There's a lot of word out there that there might be another real estate market crash in 2021. And being a real estate broker in California, in Los Angeles, I wanted to give you guys my take on this and what do I see in the market and what do I see in 2021. So I look at many factors. When I look at this real estate market, I look at the prices of homes. I look at the inventory of homes. I see how many homes are being sold and how many contracts are there, any new properties that are being built. And a lot of people don't see this as a factor, as an indicator, a leading indicator in the real estate market, but we need to also pay attention to the unemployment rate. I think that the unemployment rate is a very big indicator when it comes to the real estate market. We can see that there's been a large unemployment rate. It went all the way up to almost 15%. And right now we're at 7.9%. Actually, it was 11.1, 13.1, 14.7 in April. And then it dropped down in September to 7.9. And just last week, we hit another high unemployment rate of 898,000 new unemployment filings for last week. So when you look at these numbers, it makes you wonder, how is there such a large demand for properties and why isn't the inventory so large right now? Well, number one, there's a lot of people that are on forbearance. Forbearance means that the bank gives you 180 days to not pay your mortgage or your rent until the end of this year. But it may be extended longer depending on what stimulus packages the Congress and the White House agree to. But it looks like that there's a 180-day forbearance plan, and then you can extend it another 180 days, which would be almost one full year. So we can potentially have people on forbearance until April or May of 2021. And at that point, we would have to see what the market is going to do, because right now we're seeing that there's not a large inventory because it's all artificial. The inventory would have been great if these people were let go and they were not able to pay their mortgages. Then the banks would come and repossess and foreclose on them. However, these numbers are artificially lower because they are on forbearance plans, which means that they are not paying their mortgages and they're kind of getting a free ride for right now. However, they would have to pay that forbearance the time that they are not paying at the end, whenever this ends. When that happens, I believe that there would be a tsunami of foreclosures and a lot of people losing properties unless the government steps in again and provides some other type of stimulus to get these people back in their homes, or to provide some kind of mortgage assistance program or something that would keep these individuals in their properties. So in my view, guys, you really need to look at the unemployment rate. And also, don't forget that you also need to look at the commercial real estate crash. I did a video on the real estate commercial crash because these real estate commercials, they're basically businesses. So when businesses close down, jobs are lost. And when jobs are lost, people's income is gone. And when people lose their income, they can no longer pay their rent and they can no longer pay their mortgages. And this has a ripple effect in the economy and it affects the entire real estate market. So you need to look at that as well. And I just took some of these graphs from the economic research, the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. And you can see here that the population has been growing since 2011, which is the red line, and housing starts. How many houses have been, being built. And you can see that as of September 2015, there was a disconnect between the population and the growth of new housing. You can see that the housing went down the second quarter of 2020. It dropped significantly while the population is still growing. And even right now, you can see that in August of 2020, we only have 1,400 new housing starts, whereas the growth of the population is just going. It doesn't stop, and there's not a lot of inventory. This is another factor that affects the inventory and the price of real estate. And another thing to look out for is the unemployment rate. As I mentioned earlier, there's a correlation between the unemployment rate and the median sale price of houses sold for the United States. And you can see that every time that there's a high unemployment rate right here, the real estate prices kind of level off and it goes down. Right here, the unemployment goes down, the prices go up. And then unemployment goes up, the prices level down. It's not 100% correlated, but you could see some kind of pattern where whenever the unemployment goes down, the prices just keep going up. Whenever the unemployment goes up, here, there's no correlation at all. The prices just kept going up. And then here, when the unemployment goes down, the prices still keep going up. And then when unemployment was up right over here back in 2009, the prices dropped. And then there was a flat line a little bit here, but then it just kept going. And after 2011, the unemployment rate went down, 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 and the price just kept going up. And right now, the unemployment rate went up over here, and look at the price. It's still going down. But remember, this housing prices are not going down because, as I mentioned earlier, whenever there's high inventory, the price goes down. Whenever there's low inventory, the price goes up. And right now, the inventory is artificially down because the forbearance plan is in effect. Whenever the forbearance plan expires, what's going to happen to all those people who cannot afford to pay their mortgages or their rent? What's going to happen to them? I believe personally that all these prices of homes are going to go down in value because there's going to be more influx of properties going into the market. But it is artificially low right now because of the fact that we have this stimulus and forbearance plan. The other thing that I also look at here is existing home sales. The existing home sales have gone down as of February 2020 because nobody was actually going out and nobody wanted to look for property, so it went down. And then it picked up after May and June, July until August. It went even past the February highs. So there is a great demand, no doubt about it, and every market is going to be different. I cannot speak in every single market. I can only speak about my market in Los Angeles, and I can see that there's a lot of outflow of people leaving Los Angeles and California because there's high taxes and high crime and high unemployment rates. And these things are factors that need to be considered whenever you're thinking about buying a property or buying a house, because you cannot be blinded to these things. I just read an article right now that the unemployment rate fell to 7.9% from 8.4% in August. And the Labor Department said earlier this month that the economy is still recouping jobs in outsized fashion after shedding a record 22.1 million in early spring, but the recovery is slowing. So in September, 8.5% of renters or 2.82 million households missed, delayed, or made a reduced payment, while 7.1% or 3.37 million homeowners missed their mortgage payment. So that's an average of about 15%, 15.6% of mortgagees, those who are renting or paying a rent, have missed or reduced their payments for the month of September. That's like almost 6 million people in the United States, which is not a lot. It's not a lot when you look at the whole picture. It's still a small fraction. 15-16% is still not a lot. However, if we get into another lockdown because of the second or third wave of this coronavirus, as we are seeing in Europe, I do think that if we hit another lockdown and we close down again, I think that would be the hay that would break the camel's back. And I think that that would mess everything up. I think that would cause a large amount of businesses to shut down again, and a lot of these jobs will be lost, and there will be more problems in the long term overall in the real estate market and overall in the economy. So this is my 2 cents. These are the things that I'm looking for, and I have to look at what's going to happen when next year April or May comes up, because that's when a lot of people started to be on these forbearance plans around April or May. So that's the time that I will really look at for next year and see what the government is going to do. If the government is not going to provide any more assistance, then I would see a large amount of properties going on the market, and that would bring the inventory up, which would reduce the prices down. And I think at that point, maybe interest rates will start rising up again. And that will be another indicator where prices will go down. So guys, let me know what you think. This is what I'm looking at, and these are my facts that I'm seeing. I would love to hear from you. And please don't forget to like this video, and please subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.